Okay. Hello. I think we had, here we go. Okay. I think we had some technical difficulties. So I apologize if you tuned in right at the start of the hour. We had a little issue kind of getting the live going, but I think we're here now. So that's exciting. So if you are here from the Real Women group, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you to Andrea. I just love her to death, and I appreciate this opportunity to share in the group. My name is Dr. Alicia Rozycki. I'm a psychologist. I practice in the United States, 4 states, Colorado, Florida, Maryland, and Pennsylvania. I offer telehealth there. But I'm here today to talk about stress management. My practice focuses on working with high achieving professional women, which is probably everybody in this Real Women group. And so my practice caters to women in that category who are just go-getters, motivated, but maybe dealing with some stress sometimes, whether it's because you're juggling so much, or maybe you're going through some difficult circumstances that are kind of adding to your stress levels, like relationship issues, moving, career changes, role changes, becoming a caregiver to aging parents, etc. So during those times, even us, amazing women need a little support. So that's what I offer. And here today, I'm wanting to share some tips with you on stress management that I think will be really helpful to you. They're, pretty simple, but powerful, effective. And I know because I use them myself. And so I want to tell you about these different tips. So today I'm going to focus on 5 tips for stress management. And if you want to read about these tips in a little more detail, or kind of have them handy in case you wonder, wait, what was that third one again? You can find them on my blog at AROSE, AROSE, eTherapy.com/blog, and it will be the one just up at the top there talking about 5 tips for managing stress. So let's dive in, because that's why you're here. So my first tip in stress management would be to assess your level of stress. Check in with how you're feeling. This is such an important step, to be aware of how you're feeling. If you're noticing tension in your neck and your shoulders, if you're have an upset stomach, if you're feeling sluggish and exhausted, if your mood state, if you're feeling maybe kind of down, kind of stressed, kind of worried, you need to check in with yourself and know where you're at so that you know how to shift things to alleviate those symptoms. So this one's a 2-parter. You need to know how you're feeling, but you also need to identify the intensity level. So a simple way you can identify the intensity level of what you're feeling is to think of a simple 0 to 10 scale that is yours, that you've made up. 10 is the highest, 5 the midpoint, of course, and just assign a rating. How would you classify fill in the blank feeling? So let's say we're talking about worry. How intense is the worry? If it's a 1, 2, a 3, okay, that's not so bad, but of course you want it down at 0. But okay, you're noticing it, maybe you modify some things in your schedule. If it's in the middle, 4 to 6, 7 even, it's inching up there. You probably need to stop and maybe take a break and apply some of the strategies we'll talk about here soon. But if you got a 7, 8, 9 plus, if it's at the far end of the scale, that's too high. That's not good for your health. And you really need to take some actions to apply stress management strategies or go beyond that. So it's an important first step. Hey, I'm human too. I'm a woman juggling all the things too. I have to do this. I did it this week. I watched myself as I was working on a project and putting so much time and energy and focus into it. As the week went on, I was getting tired. So I went to bed early last night and got some good rest, and that started me on the path of feeling better. I also checked in with myself this morning to see what I needed, and I applied step 2, which is reflect on what has helped in the past. So I still had some things on my mind this morning, was still feeling a bit scattered and wanting to make sure I could get through different tasks I have in mind. And I remembered some things that I like to do to help relax, and that includes taking some deep breaths, doing some nice breathing exercises, and calming my mind and focusing on those nice, long, deep breaths. And so what do you do for that? Here's a simple one I'll give you, is you just take a nice, slow, deep breath in for the count of 5 through your nose and hold it and release slowly and hold it. That's simple, and do it again and again for a few minutes, and you will feel the difference, trust me. But reflect on what's worked for you in the past. What do you like to kind of bring that stress down? Do you call a friend? Do you take a brisk walk? Do you get a nap? Do what's worked for you. Number 3, now that you've done what's worked for you before, if you're still struggling, try something new. Number 3 is add a new calming strategy. And so here's a tip. Here's a way you can try some different ones on and see what you like. So there's an app. There's a free app out there for you to access. It's called PTSD Coach. You do not need to have PTSD to access this app. It has a wonderful, wonderful tool menu with 23 different tools available for you to choose from. And so you can try different ones on, see how you like them. If you like it, stick with it. If you don't, go on to another one. It's just such a great way to get a nice menu of relaxing, calming strategies that you can access at your fingertips. And most of them take just a few minutes each. They're not that involved. Surely you can carve out a few minutes for yourself. Okay, number 4 is on that app, but I'm going to highlight it because it's a very popular and effective tool. It's called the worry time. I know it sounds weird, but I'm going to explain. And actually, funny tidbit, I'm kind of a Judge Judy fan, if you know Judge Judy. Maybe it's the New Yorker in me, but I just love that she's no nonsense and calls things out. But she wrote a book called Beauty Fades, Dumb is Forever, The Making of a Happy Woman. And actually in this book, she talks about how she does this strategy. I don't remember, it's been a long time since I read it. I don't know that she calls it a worry time, but that's exactly what she's doing, is this strategy. So what is the strategy? Look, if you're worrying, if you have a lot on your mind, odds are your mind's kind of bouncing around on those different ideas all day and maybe even into the night. Obviously, that's not good for you. You've got to reel it in. And so the worry time helps you do just that. You set up a time, make an appointment with yourself, and that's your appointment time to worry. You're going to deliberately worry for that time, max about 15 minutes. And what do? During that scheduled time, maybe get some paper, pen, write down what's on your mind, get it out of your head, get it onto paper. When that time is up, you set the pen down and you move on to the next thing. What happens? After that, if you start to find yourself worrying again, you kind of say to yourself, okay, no, I'm going to hold that, save it till tomorrow's worry time, and you kind of push it off. So you're not dealing with your concerns, but you're dealing with them in a structured way on your schedule. You're kind of taking control of these worrisome thoughts rather than them controlling you and permeating your whole day and night. Try it for maybe a week. I promise it's very effective and can work really well for you. So our fifth one is to take care of your physical needs. So check in again with how you're feeling, but your body. Earlier, we're focusing on more so mood. This is to focus on your body. Are you hungry? Are you eating? What are you eating? Are you sleeping? Those basics matter, and you've got to really try hard during those times of stress to not grab the fast food, but eat something healthy. Make a fruit shake. Throw some veggies in there. Try to get some rest. Maybe you catch a nap. Maybe you go to bed early. Maybe you sleep in. But you really have to take care of your physical body. Last thing is a bonus tip, and my bonus tip is to remember to keep hope. I pull some lyrics from a Miley Cyrus song. It's an old one back from the Hannah Montana days, a sentence I never thought I would say, but yes, I'm taking lyrics from Hannah Montana. The old song, you know it, The Climb, was really popular on the radio, but it's all about overcoming challenges and keep going, even though it's hard and you got mountains to climb. Don't give up. So important to keep going, even though you don't feel it. Now, your situation may not have very much hope, I don't know, but the important thing is to keep hope in yourself. Believe in yourself that you can handle and manage the stress. And you know what? If these tips help but aren't enough for you, there is help available. There are psychologists out there like myself. There are religious leaders. You've got maybe friends and family you can turn to. Reach out to people. Don't go through things alone if you're feeling a bit overwhelmed. If you ever want to learn more about me and my services, feel free to check out my website at AROSE-eTherapy.com. I'd be glad to talk with you more. But I want to thank you for coming out today and checking this out or on the replay. I wish you all the best in your stress management quest, and hopefully these tips help you out.